And that's when it hit me really, that I was winning a mass participation city half marathon, which still feels a bit surreal, and it definitely did at the time. Ooh la la. The M7 Pro from Everyfun. Wicked. Check that out. Not one, but two massage guns, which can only mean a giveaway. Let me try and get into this one. So here we have two massage guns that just turned up at the house, courtesy of Everyfun. This is their new massage gun, the M7 Pro, that they've sent me to try out, which is perfect timing really, because yesterday I ran the Chelmsford half marathon, so my legs are pretty achy and could do with a nice massage. I've worked with this company before to review their M3 massage gun, but this is their latest one, I believe, the M7 Pro. And I've teamed up with them to actually do a giveaway, so stay tuned to the end of this video to find out how you can enter and win this massage gun from Everyfun. Yeah, pretty cool to try that out today. This morning's snack of choice, an Eccles cake and a cup of tea. So today's video is all about recovery. I'm going to be trying out this massage gun, give you my first impressions. I'm also going to go on a bit of an easy run to see how my legs are after yesterday. I'm expecting them to be pretty sore, so I'm going to go through some of the little recovery tips I do after a big half marathon. We've got a dog, we're looking after a dog this week, so he's just knocking the tripod there. You alright, Otis? What do you think of the massage gun? Any good? Rough. How he's going to get into it. Let's have a look at this gun then. First impressions, it's a nice small carry case. It's not as heavy as some of the massage guns I've tried before. Wow, that is very, very slick. There it is, the massage gun. There's a button here on the top. Wonder if it's going to be charged. Oh yeah, it's got 3 bars of charge. There we go, these are the heads that it comes with. Oh, that's an interesting one. Not really sure what I'd use that one for. One's just dropped here. Ball head one. It's a pretty safe one, we'll start with that one. So just clip it in there, I presume. There's only one button, so I'm not going to read the instructions. I'm just going to press it. Oh, and there we go. Wonder if it's got any different speed settings. Oh, that's number 2. There's a little blue light flashing up there. And I reckon number 3. And that's it. So we've got 3 speed settings on this one. That's a really nice bit of kit. Oh, my legs are sore. So on the days after a race effort or session when my legs are feeling pretty knackered, I like to do 3 things to promote my recovery. And the first thing I like to do is an easy run or recovery run. Keep that heart rate nice and low. So for me at the moment, my heart rate is 135. It's just a jog really to get some oxygen back into the legs. Some blood flow in. I just find that helps promote recovery, get rid of any stiffness I have. So I just went through the first K there in 4:51. So nice and easy this morning. Yeah, just enjoy the run, not worry about the pace.
or distance or anything like that. And then as soon as I get back from my run, I like to roll and massage my legs. So I'll be using the new massage gun that came this morning. Haven't given that a try. I'll give you a sort of full review of that over the next few weeks. But yeah, excited to be working with Every Fun and to bring you that giveaway. And then the third thing I like to do after I've rolled, I've massaged, is to have a nice bath, a hot bath. I've tried ice baths before, but they just don't work for me. They're just, I can't face them. I had an ice bath once and I literally was in it for about a minute, where I much rather have a nice warm bath, get in there for a soak for half an hour with the Epsom salts. Yeah, that's 3 little recovery tips there I like to do the day after a big race like yesterday. Oh, I knew we had a lot of rain in the last few days. I didn't realise there was going to be floods on my run. That really annoys me as well. Seeing loads of fly tipping. I see it so often on these country roads. I don't see actually people chucking litter, but yeah, I'll run around my local routes and one day there won't be any rubbish, the next day I'll come past and there'll be like mattresses, sofas, bedding, the lot. It's just, yeah, annoys me when I see that, but I'm gonna have to do a little detour around this flood.
So I'm back from my recovery run this morning. I'm not gonna lie, my legs are pretty painful after yesterday's effort. But thanks to this massage gun, hopefully they will recover in time to get back to full training in the week. So today I thought I'd share a little bit about how the race went from my point of view, a bit of a race recap of how I earned this finisher's medal. I believe this is actually sort of a temporary medal. The medals that they were meant to give out were sort of stuck in customs or something like that. They're getting into Europe, probably something to do with Brexit. So these little cheapy ones hopefully will get a nice proper medal in the post. So the race started at 9:05, 5 minutes later than it was meant to, but I think they just wanted to make sure all the road closures were in place. It was my first ever sort of half marathon with a mass participation, big crowd. I've done one half marathon before, but it was wave starts during the COVID pandemic, so it was a little bit different to what I was used to, but it was great to have 1,000 runners all behind you waiting to run as well. I got right to the very start, got to get that footage. Got into the front pack and I spoke to a few of the guys just to see if we could work together. And I said, what sort of time are you aiming for? And they said, most of them were about 80 to 90 minutes for a half, whereas I said I was going more for 72, 73. So I ended up sort of soloing it pretty much from the first K. I built quite a big gap by about 5k, probably because I started a little bit on the fast side. I think my first few Ks were around 3:18, 3:19 per kilometre, which is my goal half marathon pace if I'm going to get my 70-minute goal. I knew it wasn't on yesterday because I'd had a cold during the week, so I wasn't feeling great, and also my training leading up to it wasn't the best because I'd just finished the track season, so I'd been focusing much more on the shorter stuff, so I hadn't really done the mileage that I needed to do to be able to race the half marathon at the sort of speed I wanted to, but nonetheless I gave it a good go. So the first 5k I went through in around 16:30, 16:40, that sort of time, averaging 3:19 per kilometre. I believe the wind was behind me for the first sort of 5k, so I was a little bit faster than what I'd intended to go off at, but I was feeling comfortable, so I sort of just went with it. Then the course sort of turned onto an A road where it was quite exposed and a slight incline up from about 5 to 8k I'd say, and then we sort of did a turn in the road and sort of ran back on ourselves, which was quite cool because you got to see all the other competitors that were running it, and we sort of crossed paths with each other, which was pretty cool. And it was at that point I realised that it was sort of going to be a solo effort. The second pack on the road was about 1 or 2 minutes behind at the 7-8k mark, so I realised from that point that nobody was going to be coming up and joining me, unless they were really holding back at the start and we're going to build into it. So yeah, it was a pretty much solo effort the whole way around, just following the lead bike and Tesla, which was, yeah, surreal experience. But yeah, I felt like an elite athlete following a flipping Tesla around Chelmsford. But yeah, it was a wicked experience. So when I run, I have this heart rate monitor by a company called Chelmsford. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. It's really good, reliable heart rate monitor. But when I do all my training, I track my heart rate through that monitor. And my heart rate was a little bit higher than it usually would be at the paces, but I think that was due to my cold. And I looked down at my watch and it was around 180, going up to 183, which is very much my threshold heart rate. I knew I couldn't really push any further than that. So it was around the 14 kilometre point mark where I realised that the 72.5 minute goal that I sort of set myself on the day, having adjusted my target, and because of the cold and the build up to the half marathon, wasn't really on. The pace sort of dropped to around 3:35 per kilometre, which is still pretty quick, but given the heart rate was still at around 180, I knew I couldn't really pick it up any more than that. And being solo, there wasn't really anyone to work with, or nobody was really pushing the pace on. So yeah, I did struggle a little bit towards the end to try and keep the pace up. So when I saw my heart rate was still in the 180s and the pace had slowed down a bit, I decided just to enjoy it and soak up the atmosphere, running through the streets of Chelmsford with loads of crowds lining the course, all cheering for you as you came through. It's pretty surreal, so I just decided to soak it all up and enjoy the last few Ks, finishing at the Anglia-Ruskin University. And that's when it hit me really, that I was winning a mass participation city half marathon, which still feels a bit surreal, and it definitely did at the time, completely on my own, knowing that there was 1,000+ runners behind me, all waiting to finish. That was a pretty awesome feeling, one I will definitely remember. Across the winter training, it will carry me through all those wet long runs that I'm going to have to do to maintain fitness, to build into the next one. Yeah, it's a great feeling. It makes all the training worth it, moments like that. Yeah, so I finished the race in 1 hour and 14 minutes. It wasn't quite as fast as I would have hoped, but then given my cold and the build up into the race, I didn't quite have the mileage, having come from that track season. I was pretty happy with 74 minutes. And I look forward to pushing on to that 70-minute goal. Hopefully before the end of the year, can hopefully get another crack at it with a bit of a faster field maybe, and hopefully not with the cold. I reckon I was sitting at around probably 70-80% fitness going into the race. I was just pretty happy to be on the start line, to be honest with you. I had to take two days off work in the week, so yeah, I thought the man flu might keep me away from the start line, but I felt good. Breathing was a little bit harder on the day, and like I said, the heart rate was a lot higher than it usually would be, probably around 6 or 7 beats per minute higher than it would be, which is quite a considerable amount. So today I was sort of reflecting on it. Was it a good performance? Obviously 4 minutes slower than I wanted. 74 minutes is still a great time for a half marathon, don't get me wrong. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that, and given the few factors that maybe slowed me down a little bit, I was pretty chuffed with 74 minutes. And I think it's a pretty honest and accurate reading of where my fitness is at. It shows me that I need to do a lot more of a longer sort of efforts in my training, build that mileage back up to around that 100k plus. And yeah, hopefully I can get closer to that 70-minute mark on the next try. So moving on to the giveaway, I've teamed up with Every Fun with this new massage gun that has recently come out to do a giveaway for you guys. So all you have to do is follow me on Instagram and go to my most recent post, which is a photo of me using this gun this morning. All you have to do is like the post, follow both Ben is Running and Every Fun. Their accounts are both tagged in the description of the post, and tag 2 running buddies in the comments. And then I'll pick somebody on the 17th of October to win one of these guns completely free of charge. yeah, it's really good piece of kit from what I've seen so far. Really lightweight. A lot of these massage guns are super heavy, which doesn't make them very portable. But this one's great. It's got 8 interchangeable heads. Charges by just plug it straight into the wall, so that you haven't got to buy batteries for it. And yeah, it's a really nice bit of kit. Definitely going to be using that on my recovery. In my recovery routine. And that pretty much sums up today's video. Hope you've enjoyed the sort of race recap from yesterday's race. I'm really happy with how it went, chuffed with how it went. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed that sort of insight from my point of view. Having raced it pretty much a solo effort, which was quite unusual. Hopefully next year I do the Chelmsford Half Marathon, there'll be a bit more of a competitive field. I definitely wouldn't expect to be winning that sort of big event so easily in the future. But yeah, I just want to say thanks for all the support, the kind messages on Instagram, all the comments on yesterday's vlog. Pretty overwhelming, to be honest, the amount of people that are getting behind the channel at the moment. So yeah, just really thankful. But yeah, pretty much leave it there. Aspire to run and run to inspire, and we'll see you in another vlog soon. Cheers.